Hey captains, currently sitting on my virtual 737NG flight deck. I use the 737 from PMDG on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I've gone over my setup before with you. So you know from my previous videos that I'm using the Thrustmaster TCA yoke. I have a set of very reliable SciTech rotor pedals. But the one product I want to highlight today is my brand new THROTTLETek 737 set. And it's also going to be my 777 set once PMDG publishes the 777 this year. I'm going to go over the basic functions of the throttle set. And I can tell you right now, I am very impressed with what THROTTLETek did here. So let me go back to the screen here, and we're gonna just see how this works with the throttle set on the screen. So let me start first with how I assigned the axes. For the axes, I went straight to the Flight Sim controls options, which allow me to assign the throttles, the speed brake, and the flaps. Very straightforward. My recommendation is that you first, before even starting flight sim, when you plug this in for the first time, calibrate it. THROTTLETek has videos. They are done by Roberto Soriano. Roberto has been very good with the customer service. Roberto and I got in touch. I reached out when I was interested in the product, all the way to when I received the product and I had some clarification questions on calibration. So with the calibration, I went ahead and made each one independent. So here's number one, and you hear the alarm because my plane is currently parked and the engines are not running. Here's number two, and I'll show you on the screen as well. So you can see they're perfectly matched, lined up, calibrated. The speed brake, it has a dual function. So for the first motion, the first inch or so, it's a button, because that's when you're gonna arm. So you hear the arming there. After that, it becomes an axis. So you can do the full range of motion, and I'll show you here on the screen. So again, you can assign the button to arm, and then the rest assign the axis. So right now we're on the ground, so we can go all the way up. In the air, it will go to flight detent. The flaps, straightforward, just like the real world. You pull up, and you go to your next setting. 2, 5, and it goes all the way to 40. And I'm gonna raise the flaps and you can see the simultaneous motion here on the screen. The rest of my calibration, or the rest of my assignments, were on FSU IPC7. I did that for the toga switch, which is right here, and for the auto throttle disconnect. For the reversers as well. Reversers, unfortunately, are still a button function. What does that mean? Once I engage the reverse, it goes to full reverse. It will accelerate to full reverse. So even though you have this full range of motion, there's gonna be no idle reverse, no medium reverse. It's only gonna just go straight to the full position. So once you just pull, you're gonna go to full. These are not axes yet. Hopefully, someday we'll get, in addition to having the throttle axis, the speed brake and flaps axes, we can get an axis for number 1 reverse and number 2 reverse. That'd be wonderful. But I would rather have a button function than having to use my keyboard or my mouse to use a reverse function during landing. And obviously not every landing requires reverse use, but when you want to use it, it's very straightforward. Now, the new functions that I did not have in my previous side tech modification are parking brake and idle cutoff switches. So here's my parking brake. If I set it, you're gonna hear the noise on the sim. So here we go. And on the sim, you can see the brake is on, lights on. Now I'm gonna push it forward and it's off. So I just pushed it forward here. If I were to be starting my engines right now, and I get to N225, that's when I ignite these. So I'll go from cutoff to idle. So number 2, and you just heard the noise, the sound effect on the sim, number 1. And here they are on the screen. So I'm gonna turn off number 1, turn off number 2. So my realism got a lot better with this set. So again, a very sturdy 4.5 kilos of weight for the setup itself. I got my 2 boxes again just to get the right height. What can I say? I've done a couple of flights already. I got this yesterday, and I love it. It's gonna make my Boeing flying even more enjoyable than it already is. If you're in the market for a set of throttles, if you want to upgrade your current set of throttles, you will not be disappointed with THROTTLETEK. And again, dealing with Roberto from the beginning to the end, very responsive customer service. So I'm going to tag Roberto's YouTube channel when I publish this video, so you can go to his channel and see the various throttle products that they have. So it's not just for us Boeing fanatics, but also if you like Airbus and some of the other plane makers, you're gonna see throttle sets for those. So I did mention this is the third version of their 737 or Boeing twin engine products. So it's gonna come in very handy for my 737 777 operations this year. And if PMDG publishes even more Boeing airplanes in the future, I think I'm going to be using this for quite a while. So I think that's it. Again, I made this video assuming you're familiar with making assignments on Flight Sim and making assignments on FSU IPC7. But if you have any questions, I can answer them in the comments and give you the FSU IPC script if you need it just for this setup itself. So happy flying, and we'll see you soon. Take care.